To install Spartan on your computer for the first time using Arduino, go to modernroboticsinc.com/Spartan, or we can go to the main ModernRobotics website and then click on Spartan. On this page, there are details about what the Spartan is, and then you can either get these instructions from the ModernRobotics EDU website through this PDF document, the core Spartan documentation, or using this video. We're going to install Arduino 1.6.9 as the later versions currently have problems with the boards, but Arduino is working on that. It will be fixed. We're going to select Arduino, and that will open up in a new window. If we scroll down a little bit, there will be an option to download the previous version of the current release. We're going to select that, and then we're going to scroll down to 1.6.9. There's the Windows installer if you're an administrator on your computer, Windows if you're not an administrator on your Windows computer, or Mac or Linux. I'm going to select Windows installer because I'm on a Windows machine and I'm an administrator on my computer. Here, it's going to ask if you want to donate to the Arduino developers. Great thing to do if you wish to do so. I'm not going to for the purpose of this video, so I'm going to say just download. You do not have to donate. I'm going to say run. If you want to do this on multiple machines, you can select save instead and then take this file to your other machines. I'm just going to click on run. If it asks if it is okay for this program to make changes on your computer, if it says Arduino on that question screen, it's fine. You can say yes. And then since I said run, it's going to automatically run that executable. I'm going to say I agree to the terms and conditions, and then we're going to accept all the default configuration here. So I'm going to say next, program files Arduino, that's great, install. It's going to install Arduino. While that's happening, I'm going to go back to the Modern Robotics website where we clicked on Arduino, and now I'm going to go down to where it says core Spartan controller.zip. I'm going to start that download now. I'm going to say save as. I'm going to put it on my desktop so it's easy to get to. Or you could just say save and it'll put it in your downloads folder. I'm going to say save, and now it's downloading that. Has completed. Excellent. And I can see here on my desktop core Spartan controller in a zip file. Wonderful. We're going to use that in just a minute. I'm going to go back to Arduino. It's still installing. Just give it another minute. Awesome. Completed. I'm going to say close. Now we have our Arduino shortcut on our desktop. Before opening Arduino, we'll have to restart our computer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I've restarted my computer. We have Arduino installed and the core Spartan controller zip file on the desktop. It can also be in your downloads folder. That's totally fine. I'm going to open up Arduino so that we can import the example programs and programming libraries from the core Spartan controller zip file. In Arduino, click on Sketch, Include Library, Add Zip Library. And then we're going to locate our core Spartan controller zip file. For me, this is on the desktop. So I'm going to click on Desktop and then click on core Spartan controller zip. And I'll say Open. This is going to then come up with a message that says libraries added to your library. Click Include Library menu. So now you can see if this worked by going to File, Examples, Core Spartan Controller. That wasn't there before. Now we have all these examples. There's one last thing we need to do, and that is import the board. This is so that Arduino knows how to talk to the hardware on the Spartan controller. To do this, we'll have to go back to the modernroboticsinc.com page and then go to the Spartan page. I'm going to open back up my web browser and go to the Spartan page. Here on this page, right below where we got the zip file, there is a long string of text in a box. You can't see the whole thing, but there's a long string of text in there. click 3 times, it'll highlight the whole thing, and then you can copy that. If you have issues with that text, you can also go to the PDF document, and that has a whole text in there. Then we're going to go back to the Arduino program. We're going to say File Preferences, and we're going to paste this text into the Additional Boards Manager URLs. This text that you just pasted should end with .json, and it should begin, if you go all the way to the left, it should begin with http://modernroboticsinc.com. So be sure that it starts with HTTP and it ends with .json, and there's no thing before or after. Then we're going to say OK. That now has a link so we can get a new board. We're going to next click on Tools, Board, and we're going to go to Board Manager. Inside Board Manager, we can type Spartan, or the beginning of it, and it'll bring up Modern Robotics AVR Boards by Modern Robotics Inc. You can click on this, and then there should be an Install button on the bottom right. You can click on Install. This is going to install so that Arduino knows how to talk to the Spartan hardware. We're going to say Close. Wonderful. I'm going to close out the web browser because I don't need that anymore. We're going to now go to File, Examples, to make sure this works. If you have your robot already built, you can either go to the Spartan Robot hand follower or line follower. If it's not built yet, you could do something like the core controller, and then you can do something like flash LEDs, and that'll make sure that the programming environment is working well and talking to your robot. I have the hand follower built, so I'm going to go to Spartan Robot hand follower and open up that program. There are comments at the top of this program that explain how the program works and connections where your motors and sensors should be connected to, and then lower down is the actual program. I have the robot connected to my computer through a USB cable, and right now it's turned off to make sure it doesn't drive anywhere. Under Tools, I'm going to change my board to Core Spartan Controller, which will be all the way at the bottom. And then we go back to Tools again. And when I go back to Tools, there should be a port that is labeled Core Spartan Controller. If there are multiple ports, one of them should say Core Spartan Controller. Be sure to select the correct port, otherwise it won't know what USB device to download the program to. Now we should be good to go. We're going to click on Upload. It will compile a sketch and then upload it to my Spartan robot. While the programming is uploading, there will be orange LEDs on the Core Spartan controller. They're flashing, telling you data is coming to or going from the Spartan robot. At the beginning of this program, the program control button should be flashing with a blue LED. At the beginning of all these programs are instructions as to how you use the program. It'll tell you how to set it up and how to start the program and what the program is supposed to do. So I'm going to test this one. I'm going to unplug it from the computer and then turn the robot on. The PCB should start to flash. I'm going to press that and then follow the instructions at the top of the program. Beautiful. This worked. Be sure if you run into any problems to consult the Core Spartan documentation. And there's one more thing I want to show you, and that is modernroboticsedu.com. It says, click here to set up your Spartan for Arduino on your computer and begin learning with your Spartan robot. You can go to modernroboticsedu.com, and then it'll prompt you to either make an account if it's your first time here, or to log in as a guest. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to log in as a guest to show you that on the EDU website is a course for Spartan with Arduino One. Inside this course, you'll learn how to use for loops, while loops, variables, functions, how to control motors, how to use a touch sensor, and then it's going to move on to making line following robots. So definitely check that out if it's your first time programming.